It's the ghost talk. Let's talk about goats. Today we're gonna talk about spraying in goats. Embuzi nazo tuzifuira, mwe bafuire ente. Nemumbuzi tufuira burunako haburi wiki emirundi ebiri. Yet watch tufuire embuzi. Why do we disinfect goats? We're gonna talk about nembuzi nazo bazifuira, era watch tuzifuira, era watch oinuzifuira. Nabora bakuskwini ya foul, ujya kureba watch tuzifuira. Tugenda kugera watch tuzifuira, gachi tuzifuira, na diwe tuzifuira. When do we spray our goats, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of spraying goats? And if you don't spray them, what happens? What happens if you don't spray them? Okay, now we're gonna talk about that at Sesanga Mix Farm. Now let's start with why we spray our goats. Let us not look on. There is no more thinking of what we do. The no more thinking that kombuzi kubera ken kwa echubura to the fuida. There is general. But what are other reasons as to why we spray our goats? In Uganda, most of the farms don't spray goats. It's like rare or they spray once in a while, but goats need to be sprayed 2 times in a week. 2 times, that's the minimum. The minimum you can spray, because spraying is the reason that's why we spray. Watch it tufuira embuzi zaffe eddagala erya disinfectancy buli kaseera ku mubiri gwazo to reduce pathogens that lead to surface and taint flow. To spraying mbuzi yokka. Management kinoting tetusprayiga mbuzi yokka. Tusiplayinga ne weeriira, ne weezanira, ne weebeera, katusprayinga ekyumba kyonna munda. Spraying often w'ekiyumba. Tekigenda tusprayinga nayo kennyini. Ebyo ne tubikola ddi awo tugende ku namba 2. Ebyo tubikola ddi okusprayinga bwe tutyo. Era okikola ddi, era ogula ddagala ki? Era kiyamba ki? Omanyi bw'otaba nannyuka waayikan tosobola kukola nsonga ng'ogyagala. Naye bakugamba nti bw'oba ovudde mu kinaabiro n'otakozesa mazzi na toilet paper ojja kufuuka bw'oti n'omanya ky'onoofuuka ne ky'onoowunya. Then bwe tunaamanya ensonga lwaki tusprayinga, ne tumanya ensonga lwaki ne tubikola mu kulunda embuzi, mu bulunzi bw'embuzi lwaki tukola bino na bino. Bw'omanya ensonga lwaki obikola nga weebuuziza why, bigenda mu mutwe gwo n'omanya kikulinga kunaaba kiba nesobola kumala nnaku 2 nga sinaabye, nja kuba mpunya. Nja kuba mpulira omubiri gunsi oba mpulira gulabika bubi, mpulira sewulira bulungi. N'embuzi bwe zityo bwe zibeera. Ku bibiri, tuwonya obulwadde mu mbuzi. Obuyinza ozitawaanya mu bususu n'okuyekwa mu kuwonya obulwadde butuyinza okusikeeringira ku magoba. Tufuna ku magoba. Kati tuzisprayinga emirundi 2 mu wiiki. Kati nga bw'oziraba ezaffe nti zigenda mu dibira, zigenda mu miti gyaffe, tukola free range, ne zidda ku farm. Tuzifuna mu paddocks zaffe wabweru, ne zidda ku farm. Tuzifuna mu paddocks zaffe za kaletunsi ne pine, ne zidda ku farm. Kati zigenda ne zidda, ate mubiri guno butambula buyita mu maggwa, buyita mu bintu bingi. It gets stressed. Nitukozesa chemicals zino zituyamba okureduce pathogens that live on surface. Nitufuuyira n'ebiyumba ne wansi ne gye ziriira ne mwe zirya ne bwe zinywera amazzi. Cleanliness is spraying is part of cleanliness. Spraying is part of cleanliness. That's why we spray. That's one of the reasons why we spray. We have too many reasons as to why we spray. But I'm gonna speak on those. I'm gonna speak on those which you don't put emphasis on them. Yet they need emphasis. It's like spraying 2 times in a week. There is a challenge on what to use. We're gonna speak about the drop fears, the challenges of what to use and when to spray. There's a lot on the market, and there's a lot written if you Google. But what do you have on the market? What is rare? Which is genuine, not fake or not substandard? Nah, that's just another challenge. On the market, shall speak about number 3 on the draft. We still are back. Why do we spray? What do we need to say it's okay chimu? The precedent is ibira kumubiri no kusafesiri. Webi zime no wezibira na doki no kuamba zumbi ya moving up in by gambye. Oba, with some of the inzechu. It minimizes disease transmission. It minimizes disease transmission. Ekendeza explaining kwa kuba do rado ba de komboze no gokubena komboze da hoboji kubo fuboji fuira doba denzo bushigia emboze na rado ba kumaji tambraze kulukunya it kuzinda wazo tezina racism nothing between racism zitambraze kulukunya kuzinda wazo ngati from kulia din chita deza we man fuide de contaminating giri ata ite contaminating giri chitegeza njakuba situari nzi insobozande okubanga ziri tezina disease transmission. Ate with the disease transmission, but you have to say Venus, Sora costs. Nitobuna badagara manjiko from it is killing profits. Chituyamba kobutubaki spraying 2 times in a week. Like, understood the disease transmission. Look at this scenario. Let me give you a scenario. To gain in it, we have gone to buy a goat on somebody's farm. Let's say in Gulu. There was a nice breed they told us in Gulu. The offsprings are good. We are going to Gulu. When we bring that goat to our farm, it has diseases which are from there. It's like the same of buying a goat from South Africa. It has Western diseases that comes with. That's transmission to your local diseases. You have to separate these incoming goats in your new store. Put them aside. Spray them. The one is spraying them. Treat them. When Maro Bikore Yubitegezach, this world could you know read the over Musiziri, the Gutakwata, Msuzange, Zini Ziriwano, got to fisa with the Orite Mbuzu Kuveri Kufamagara, Bohemiza Wings a walk, Abakoza Abamuba Muba Garamba, Nafaba Bus to Bagamba, to an embuze with Jakora Bochnebuch, the Oinaku Kamira Pugeti Kukuraba, or Mukozi Agenda could deal of Weka Sigara care. They are not deadly owners. You have to be consistent and do due diligence. Be there at the boss. Do your part as a boss. Don't leave your workers to do the part or the role of a boss. Everybody has his own duties. Let everybody be focused on his chores. Let everybody be accountable for his work. Your work is to watch the command. Make sure these boss have been put in the pen and as a boss, they have been treated, they have been sprayed before during the main hard. That is your work. That is your Lord. If you miss that because you're going to a party or somewhere, that means you're not an entrepreneur. You are the people we call mayor. But being a father is different from being a male. Every male can produce a kid from a woman. But being a father, a dad, those words are different. Don't mix them. They are completely different. They are characteristics and responsibilities for you to be called a dad. Don't just receive a name and be proud of a name which you don't. Entitled too. You're not feeling the rhythm of it. You're not feeling it. Be called a dad when you're worthy of the name dad or father. Because be called a boss when you worthy a name of a boss, a CEO, or an entrepreneur. When you're doing your job, you do diligence to your farm. At Sesama Mix Farm, as you hear me, I'm handsome. I don't play. I don't job. You own your responsibility. You own it. You made a mistake. You own your mistake. You have to own it. And we won't exceed 3 stories on one mistake. No, as a Summer Mix Farm, we only entertain 3 stories. Beyond 3, you out. Beyond 3 stories, you out. That's a Summer Mix Farm. And we are training our CFA certified farming assistants and farming assistants at our farm. Please bring your workers for refresher courses and brainstorming what is really happening with the new technologies in farming. Call the number below and book. Let's talk about protecting milk stock meat safety in animal welfare. Now, if which plant is good, we're gonna sell the hide, the skin, the health of the goat, the welfare of the goat. When somebody comes to buy your goat at the farm, what does he look at? People are gonna tell me he looks at the intestines inside. No, he doesn't look at the intestine inside. He looks on the skin of the goat. A goat which is well sprayed. Every 2 times in a week, it's like a woman who puts on makeup every day to go out. You always see him shining. Always like that African woman who doesn't put anything and is shining day and night. Shining day and night, just like a sprayed goat. It looks nice. It looks beautiful. Then it attracts the customer to buy it. Like how you see my goats in that videos. Now you see those are young ones out. No, those are young ones inside. The ones you see, those are young ones. The other outside the fence is dead. Big ones, they are trying to come into the faith now. The young ones are eager to welcome the mothers because they need to breastfeed. They need to breastfeed. Those are the young ones. The young ones don't leave the face. No, we have many that 8 acres of faith, that is 8 acres sized. They don't live inside. They graze from there, the young ones. The male and the female, the male go to a different paddock and the female go to a different paddock. That's how we can also spray them, because the male come from the outside, we spray them, and the female come this side, we spray them. Then we have time to spray the young ones. With the young ones and care, we will talk about care for the young ones. In the next episode, I'll speak about care for the young ones, but perhaps once spraying and care is paramount, because that's where you will scale profits. That's the only way you can scale profits. We scale profit in the young ones. Now we're going to speak about when to sanitize and when to spray. I told you at the Samba Mix Farm, we spray 2 times in a week. And which equipment do we use to spray? Yeah, we're still down. We still not improved getting the equipment. We need the other electric sprays, but we haven't yet got them. I'm trying to look into the wolf acquiring them, but we are still using the normal bomba from Bukola. Yeah, salute out to Bukola Harris. A bomba ya we fuira that is it too orange. Got it yao. We needing on the rate the orange simani. A bomba we nudes. It's really good. It's really a good scream tab. A bomba yo nunji. Guys, the bomba is nice. I will give salute to those Ugandans who are at banana companies or shops who are trying to do better, who are bringing something better to the market so that they can improve the livelihood of the farmers. Because at Summit we're struggling. We need such kind of people who have the heart for their country. Bukola, salute. You're the best with that. Bomba, our car. I got it this year. Yeah, 2024. It was around February. That's when I bought 2 of them in Bukola Potena Village. They're really amazing. The next, I bought them when you're at the end, when you're going to reach Owino. That is the shop of Bukola, the big one. I got it. Yeah, it's really working good. It's now, a year is done. And it's still strong. They work because I have like how many? 4 Bukolas they have to be. Then they have different companies, the other ones and the what. I have a lot of those sprays because I use them in my maize and in my bisagazi and in our goat spray. And even spraying in these poultry houses. Even the goat's poultry house we spray it down and all over. Even the poultry house we spray it. Thus, spraying. We have to spray bi-weekly, which is the way of maintaining cleanliness at the farm. Diseases go away. but diseases go away. Everything go away as we spray it. What are the equipment we use in spraying? I told you the Boomba, nobody spray using that. Any other way, if you don't have the Boomba, you wanna spray it, please there's this modernized way. I'm trying to do the dipping of the goats, like how you have the dipping for cattle. Yeah, we're doing a modernized dipping for the goats when the goats are also deep. Like a possible they come from the house, they go through a deep like a dam. They walk through the water like it goes up to their head, they swim through it. At the end of the ladders, they go out. That one, that means every day we go and when the goats are going out, they will have to pass through the deeper and feel fresh. Or after 2 days or 3 days, we shall be spraying our goats like 3 to 4 times in a week to increase cleanliness and disease control. Because that dipping on the spring has chemicals inside. I'll show you the video because they are still constructing that dipping part. It goes farm at Sistanda Mixed Farm. In Songola, we shall be telling you that methods of spraying, there are different methods of spraying. I told you ours is the least costly, but they are electric sprays, where you got only press on each spray. It's very fast, convenient for the waters. I really need it for my waters. I really need it for those ones who are selling good things. I'm really eager to get them if they're ready on the Ugandan market. I can't get them from the Ugandan market. Now, which drugs do we use? Which drugs do we use in spraying? Last big challenge. Ugandan market. You gotta open your eyes. Bani kudagariri katari. Kudagariri kasari Uganda oino kufayu. Mo suma kunurabe dagarachirogura. Edagariri singa kutelifurachiri enough korat. Amazima abakozi ba gavumenti ne gavumenti yo yakuvaamu dda abalimi lwetwerabirira ddala naye gamba. Main business of Uganda is what? Agriculture. But what are the structures in agriculture? With drugs. Kwa weturalira bane bibino bivaawo batwetwidagala effu okuva ekyayini ddagala eri substandard ddagala litakula ne tunuuna ssente zaffe ne tugula ebidagala ne tubikuba embuzi zaffe ne tubiwa enkoko zaffe nga tebikola. Even if it wasn't as it was. Government evades stimulating it. Our bucket is ours is agriculture, Uganda is of agriculture. Then if you can give us the basic real drugs to treat our animals with, what are we left with? What are we left with? What are we left with? I don't know what we are left with. I don't know what we are left with if we don't get the right treatment for our drugs. If we don't get the right supplies of drugs on our treatment, we're gonna have issues. The another part, I'm gonna still talk about which drugs we're gonna miss. I'm gonna speak about them. Those I know, others we will do research and find out which drugs you use. Training workers on how to do the spraying. Training workers on how to do the spraying is key. Because some workers, we just wanna spray the head. Oh, it's not gonna spray under the legs, behind, the tail, all over the body. Let the goat be immersed with the spray. The whole of it, that means you have to give it a minute when spraying it. The whole of it, 1 minute each goat. 1 minute each goat. That means with 60 minutes you will have done 60 goats. But will that worker spend 1 minute on one goat to spray it? Will that goat be in one position? These those challenges. There's that which you have to make sure that is done as both as the owner, as the entrepreneur. You have to know and you have to train your workers about this training on how to spray, on how to mix these drugs, because the mixture of the drugs is also key. Let us not say that the drugs didn't work. Oh no, I bought brown drugs. There's also this contest of when your workers are mixing it wrong. Then we have also these challenges of these companies, the drug companies, writing small letters on their as direction and instructions on their teams. That is also a challenge. Government should help us. They should work things which are visible. In colors, to be put on the market when the color does it invisible, when somebody can read, even that one in the village, when somebody who has eyes can read. But we're failing there. I don't know what Ministry of Agriculture is really doing. It's a big thing. Like the word ministry, all people they are paid and have responsibilities. They can't even have a team to go to. Coordinate village and did the counterfeits. Do it every year. The whole ministry, that means they are also the one bringing the drugs. That tells us that they're also bringing the fake drugs and substandard drugs on the market. We have few companies in Uganda which bring no more drugs. As I told you, 2026, I'm gonna bust all those drugs, showing you directly videos how I applied with your content and what their reactions. Then we're gonna try to buy something which is nice. Now, these drugs, commonly known, they are different drugs. The disinfectant drugs of hard surface, there's water tar, sand, dilution varies. Those drugs which you put in water for disinfections, like the water around the farm, the bad water to infect it, that is sodium. It's like bleach. That would be bleach. That would be jig. You get a little sample of it. You have to have measurements. You have to have it. Those farms which have mosquitoes around you, bad water around your farm. You put some bleach because those mosquitoes too disturb the animals and the workers. That's still spraying a disinfection. Oxygenated cleaners, or the parasitic. This English is too much. But you know what to do. I'm gonna just tell you which to buy, but I'm not gonna tell you what to buy because of the conditions of your farm. You have to do research. We have there are ingredients we need in this chemicals when you buy. Look for the ingredients H2O2 and AOCI. Those ingredients have to be in the chemicals you buying for spraying and disinfectants. The two S's, the quantum ammonium compounds. This one's what it's spraying too. Alcohol-based sanitizers. Alcohol-based sanitizers and sanitizing, we normally don't use them in goats, but they are antibiotics and disinfectants from the market, which are for goats. Go to both shops you more genuinely haven't figured it out. The shops mine I'm still using. There are two shops I'm yet to speak about their name after verifying all their products because I'm hands-on. I don't want to speak what I'm not sure on. With the drugs, I'll give you the drugs to spray, but what you should consider is disinfecting. These are the things you should consider when you're disinfecting your farm. Red concentration. The red concentration when you're disinfecting, measure it, ensure adequate contact time to the skin of the goat. That the skin of the goat is gonna be with apply to a clean surface. First of all, please clean the cane, clean the place then spray, clean the goats then spray. Avoid missing products unless proven. Bino demwapa matikambake widi makati tudemu kuli makambake widi master muteka niro katika kinfuyo musabara pundayo banambi zino chemicals reactinda tomikisinga eno neru wiminis forward separately. Soma instructions zibateka ku read. Guys, let us read and follow. But I talked about those labelings. Labelings, they have to be a paramount. Brains, what's the spraying things? Ebomba zitukozesezza mukufuuyira bannange tuzooze baboost making sure nti abakozi bayuza ebbomba ezo. Ebbomba ezo zivaako ebizibu bingi, zenfuna ebizibu biri mu bbomba ezo. Era bbomba muzaawule mu kalaazi. Bomba zifuuyira ne zookya ebintu ne zirwaza. Ebbomba kuba n'engini kufaanibwa tuzirebolezeo zifaanagana kaleemu. Challenge nene etuleeterako ebizibu okufuuka farm. Thank you for listening to the Sanga Mix Farm. Thank you for listening to Sanga Family Business. May God bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Salute all Sanga Aras. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all Shisamba Aras. That says, I love you.